Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make these chocolate chip brownies, and they are so easy to make and they are perfect. They are so good, so let's get started. First of all, you need to preheat your oven to 180 degrees, which is 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So what you're going to need is 80 grams of plain flour, 200 grams of caster sugar, 60 grams of butter, 35 grams of cocoa, 200 grams of white and milk chocolate each, and 1 large egg. So to start off, you want to put your pan on a low heat, mine's on 6 on the hob, and put in your butter and just wait for it to melt a little bit. While it's doing that, you can measure out your sugar into the scales, and then once the butter is completely melted, you can tip in the sugar and then keep mixing that until the sugar has partially melted. It should still be a little bit grainy once it has melted in a bit with the butter. Then you can add in the cocoa powder and then just pop that into the pan as well and mix it all together until it kind of looks like melted chocolate. Then you can take your flour and measure it out into a separate bowl. Once all your wet ingredients are mixed together nicely, you can just tip that in with the plain flour and then mix it all together, and it should kind of form a dough-like consistency, which isn't too hard but not too soft, like that. And then you can add in your egg. Now once that's all mixed, you can take your chocolate, this is the fun bit, and cut each bar in half and then cut that half into little cubes. And these are going to be the chocolate chips, so then just pop them into your mixture. I like doing this better because they're bigger instead of the regular shop bought chocolate chips, but you can buy them as well. This is just what I like to do. So mix them in, and then you can grease your pan and just plop all of the mixture onto the pan and spread it out evenly. My baking tin is quite long and thin, so my brownies came out quite thin, but you can also use a smaller dish and your brownies will be thicker. Then pop them in the oven for 8 minutes. Once your brownies are baking, you can take the rest of the chocolate that was left over and put them in separate bowls, and then pop them in the microwave to melt. Once they're in the microwave, just keep checking on them because chocolate can burn really quickly if you're not careful. So once your timer is done, you can take your brownies out of the oven. Here I'm just using a cake tester to make sure that there's not too much brownie left on the stick, but if there is, it doesn't really matter because they harden up in the fridge anyway, so don't worry about that. And you really don't want to over bake them, so make sure they're not in the oven for too long. Then take the rest of your chocolate that you've melted and you can just drizzle that over the top. I like to just do it randomly. You can do it in a pattern if you want to, but I just kind of, sploshed mine on there, as you can see. So now your brownies are nearly done. You just need to pop them in the fridge for 20 minutes to about half an hour. If you want to, that's optional, and then cut them into squares, and that is it. This recipe is super easy, that's why this video is so short, so sorry about that. But I just wanted to show how easy it really was, and anybody can do it. So you should give it a go because they really do taste amazing. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye! Out because I don't know if anyone else experiences this, but when you go on a night out, your shoes just come back, especially white shoes, they just come back covered in like mud. I'm like, where is the mud on the dance floor?